Sponsored by Monster. I would. Hey, me, give me free Monster.
You said this is like riding a horse.
Exactly. Is riding a horse or riding a Bronco. Oh.
You know, hyped up. Week 6, everybody.
Yeah, boys and girls. So we had a game on Thursday, and it was exactly how it would have went. Russell Wilson is terrible.
Russell Wilson is absolutely horrific. I mean, this dude
washed.
He had like 57 yards in the first half. It's like, how are you a quarterback and you only threw for 57 yards?
Russell Wilson got the bag.
A high school quarterback can throw for more than that in a half.
Russell got the bag, and he's putting up Daniel Jones numbers. So there you go.
And you called it. You said you think it wasn't necessarily a Pacheco game, but it was definitely a game that the Chiefs didn't feel threatened at no point. So they didn't take any risk. And I was so pissed off they kicked all these field goals. I'm like, they didn't have to. They didn't have to press the button. They didn't have to get on board. They didn't have to turn up the tempo or do anything because their opponent was pretty much a high school squad they was facing.
And it's funny because I saw online the last 2 days, people like, see, man, I'm telling you, the Broncos defense is legit. Kansas City is a bit of it. I'm like, do you really think Kansas City was really putting the pet? No, they're just like, let's not get hurt. Let's win the game and go take a nap. Like they didn't have. You're not going to.
It's like one of those. You ever? Well, I don't know how deep or how much you get into Madden when you play a season, but I know when I'm playing a season of Madden and I'm playing a good opponent that got a good record, I'm pulling out all the stops. But if I'm playing an opponent that may have a subpar record or I deem is sorry, I'm using plays I never even used. I'm trying plays, even though I know it might be an interception. I'm just giving it a go. Right. And that just seemed like the Chiefs was like, all right, let's scrap our first 2 pages of the playbook. Let's dig deep and let's use these plays and see if they work.
And here's the funny part. Mahomes was just dicking around, and he still put up 300.
Yeah. He had one more touchdown. I would have been a little bit more happy, but
I don't know. Maybe because you're playing Kelsey. So
I'm like, man, the only person he has success with is the dude I'm facing. It's like, wow.
You're having like such a rough
points out of a tight end. I'm like,
you're having such a rough go of it, man.
Like, this year is
I feel bad, but I don't feel as bad because I was getting the boots put to me for the first 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm like,
I mean, I've had success in the league, but it could be just one of those years where it just ain't going to shake out.
It doesn't matter. You went 13-1 and lost in the first round last year, so it doesn't mean anything till week 14. All this is seeding. To be honest,
it's discouraging to not even be scoring. Like I said, I was scoring and still losing. That's one thing, but to be not even scoring, that's
what I was. Well, that's what I was doing, and that is equally as discouraging. Knowing you're putting up this, and it's like, nah, it don't matter. You still can't win. So I don't know. There's not really much more to talk about that game. Jerry Jeudy is trash, and
absolutely trash.
Steve Smith is the GOAT. He is a fucking national treasure. I honestly, and I will tell you this. Usually, I just name the episodes. Week 7 preview. I'm gonna name this episode. Was it week 6 or something? Whatever week it is. Week 6. A tier 3 podcast. So just a shout out to Steve Smith because
I'm just saying, I mean, even if you don't really respect the person's game, you grew up watching him, you knew he was a legendary receiver for Carolina, and even when he went to Baltimore, he was still at the top of his game. Even if you don't respect him to that high level or he's not one of your favorite players, you still take advice from somebody that did it before you. If
You know what you used to be told as a kid. You know what your parents, whenever you backtalk them, what would they tell you?
If you backtalk them,
Well, after they hit you,
I
like
was
what
about
did
to
they
say.
say?
I was like, what? What did they tell you? They didn't tell you nothing.
They said they said they said respect your elders.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Jerry Judy, young man, you should respect your elders and the people that laid the path before you, because you were a first round pick. That you were the Ryan Leaf of wideouts right now. So
I'm just
until
saying.
you
I
do
mean,
something,
I got goofy analogies. This is my goofy analogy for this.
oh, I'm excited. Gimme.
There's a cornfield hasn't been touched.
All right, starting strong. Starting strong. Let's go.
Cornfield hasn't been touched, but there's one person that went ahead of you, knocked down the path, moved stuff out the way, and you're not going to listen and go down that same path that person went. You're going to take your own path into the cornfield and get
That was a
lost
good
somewhere.
one. Ooh, look at you with your analogy game, my man.
I'm just saying. I mean, the man has a Hall of. I don't know. Is Steve Smith in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. Is he?
I don't. I don't know. He fucking should be. He
Yeah.
will be.
If
He
he
will
ain't,
be. If he's
if
not,
he
he will
ain't,
be.
then he has a career that's he can questionably be there. So you're gonna discourage, you're gonna dismiss advice or even a handshake from this person as if you've done anything in the NFL. What has Jerry Judy done in the NFL? He had, I think his rookie year, he had like 700 yards or something that year. This dude ain't even cracked 1,000 yet. Who the fuck are you? Nobody.
He's an
Nobody.
overhyped under. Now,
Yeah.
some of that
Steve
has
Smith
to
said
do.
he's drafted in the first round, so everybody is, oh man, it's a big name. No, it's not. He hasn't done anything to warrant a big name.
It's a big name the first year. When you don't do shit, then you're just a bust. You're a bust. That's what you are. So
He hasn't
sorry,
done,
not sorry.
He hasn't done anything. He's injury prone. He's always hurt.
Now, does he have a problem at quarterback? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
but
he does.
You know what? But you drop the ball literally and figuratively all the fucking time. Anyway, let's stop giving him publicity because
we are giving him free publicity. But he came out in that same class that CeeDee Lamb came out, and I think it was another receiver that came out in that same draft class. And I thought it was a pretty decent class, but so far it's only been CeeDee Lamb that really shined in that class.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls, you all know the format from last week. Same deal. I'm gonna cover the away team, and my man's gonna cover the home team, and we'll talk about any start, sit, fancy implications.
Record, man, I don't even see the record ticker.
Yeah, it's up top.
I don't see it.
This simple motherfucker left. My goodness. Oh boy. Oh, we have our special guest back. He's back from the he's back from the shadow realm. He
say special guest. Put quotations around special.
Listen, I said it. You said it. It's fine. All right, let's go. Matchups. So we are back in London because I don't know why it just keeps happening, but
I think this is the last one though. How many has it been? It's been 3, right? It's the third one.
But then they're going to Germany.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's more international. I'm talking about London. I think it was 5 games total.
Yeah.
So it's 3 London, 1 Germany, and then 1. They always had that one at Mexico City or at Studio Azteca or some shit like that.
Oh, look at you, Spanish and shit. All right.
Yeah, so we still got 2 more international games, but this is the last one that's in London. Is there another one involved in almost all of them? Goddamn.
Look, I'm telling you, they're gonna straight up move over there. They're gonna have dual citizenship.
I mean, I've seen on that little Fantasy Live channel, they had somebody from the UK on there. He was a fan, and he was a Jacksonville fan. He was like, I became a fan because we see them the most. I mean, they are diehard Jacksonville Jaguar fans over there.
I mean, my condolences, but hey, whatever.
I mean, Jacksonville's okay. I mean, they've been getting better.
I get it.
They made the playoffs last year. That's crazy. And they beat somebody. I think they beat the Chargers.
Real quick, so if you've ever kind of seen things about the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, their attendance is garbage. All right, the baseball team.
Okay.
Is the Jacksonville attendance terrible too? Is that why they always go over there? Because they're like, well, it's not like their home teams are missing anything, or is it just like it just
Well, I
ended up
mean, their
happening?
fan base is definitely not sold out. Most, like I said, they got a
Okay,
damn swimming pool in the stadium, and I remember a few years. You know how sometimes they block off sections of the bleachers.
yeah,
They've done that there too because it's just people
okay.
just don't
That might
come.
be why then. That might be why because it seems
Yeah,
like Florida's like about sports, which I get it because Florida. Most of them can't spell
yeah,
sports.
those teams. I mean, those areas. They're concerned with Tampa, and that hasn't been the greatest, but now they are because Tom brought them a championship, but now they was been Mike Allstott and the work done. So Tampa's been pretty famous, and then the Dolphins. Everybody they love
Oh
their
yeah, I
Dolphins.
forgot. They don't even count.
Miami.
When I think of Florida, I just think of like banging your cousin, Republicans, and guns.
He said, "Banging your cousin."
They're like warm West Virginia. All right. Anyway, let me stop pissing off our
All right.
listenership.
Said
All right.
warm West Virginia.
Right. All right. So good day. We wake up tomorrow at 9:30 and watch the Ravens against the Titans. Titties? I don't know. Something about nipples. I don't know.
So who's deemed the home team in that one?
So it's marked Ravens versus Titans. So I'm gonna assume
the Titans are the home team. Yeah,
sure. Like it fucking matters at that point.
you know.
No one's traveling overseas to see the Titans. Let's be honest.
All right. So you cover.
I'm gonna cover the Ravens. So they activated Keaton Mitchell. I don't know who this guy is. I know that he was an IR.
No clue about this guy. I'm like, it was like, oh, I've kept seeing people pick him up and drop him in right. Different leagues I'm in, and I'm like, why? Who is this? And I'm like,
yeah, and that's kind of my fault and your fault for not really watching college, but I'm not gonna change up how I live life because the show. Sorry, it's just I don't care enough about that part.
I'm not going to start watching college so I can get better at fantasy. I think I'm doing pretty okay. So, yeah. You're not going to put me through that painful experience just to get better at fantasy? No.
Right. Like, if I need to, I'll listen to Kirk Herbstreit. He'll fucking give me my information I need. We'll keep it moving.
Yeah. I'll hear all that hype in training camp. And then, even then, I don't even – me in drafts, I don't really go rookies. I don't. You gotta. I'm Missouri. I'm the show me state. You gotta show me something before you
gotta do something in order for me to waste capital on you, especially if it's like mid-round capital.
That's why I stayed away from that B. John Robinson. But I mean, that was a bad move.
that was oopsie daisy. But also, it's kind of like, who knows? All right, so. He's activated, so that just makes it another Philly.
That ridiculous backfield get even more ridiculous.
Interesting thing, they're still putting Humphreys on a snap count a little bit, which probably makes sense because the way he got burnt last week by
Humphreys. You talking about defense like fantasy purposes? I don't even really.
No, but it is important. It is important just because he is their main corner. So it's like
they're shut down.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting. I mean, now does that make anybody more interesting? Probably not, because that passing offense is dog shit. But whatever. Obviously, look, you're starting the normal people: Lamar, Flowers, Andrews. If you want to coin flip and pick a running back to start, good luck. I wouldn't, but if you're in a deep league, you can chuck one of those guys in there. Somebody's going to get something at some point.
That's Justice Hill or this new kid, or they even got Melvin Gordon. I don't even know if they activate him, but
I don't even think he's hit the field yet.
I think Gus would probably be your only. To me, Gus. Yeah. Well, Justice Hill runs in a touchdown here and there, so yeah, it's a coin flip between Justice Hill and Gus Edwards. To me,
if you can avoid it. Like don't.
Let me ask you this. I do have this dilemma in my other league.
Okay.
Connor went down on IR. That was one
Yeah.
of my backs. And Aaron Jones is out because of the bye. And I do got to start a running back. And my choices are Gus Edwards or Jerome Ford, who's playing against San Francisco. So what would you do there?
Gus Edwards all day.
You would go with Gus, even though he could not do anything over Jerome Ford, who is the back.
We'll get into Cleveland later in the matchups, but you think about it, Deshaun ain't playing. How much running are they really going to do? They're going to be playing catch up from coming out of the locker room. They're
I mean,
they're down 7
the whole week, and then just yesterday, I'm just thinking like they're gonna have to run, like because now they starting PJ Walker, but San Fran knows they have to run too, so it's like they're not gonna get anything. I guess I'd take a chance on that.
I don't think you could make a good decision either way, but I would feel safer with Gus.
I have to make a decision between one of them
because at least Gus will get you something. Jerome, who knows? I mean, let's put it this way: even in that convoluted backfield, Gus is going to get more opportunities than Jerome's going to get.
San Francisco is just that dominant. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if they had Deshaun, I'd still be like, yeah, Gus. Against San Fran. San Fran is that team that I'm like, I'm not playing anybody against.
Anybody. If I could have pivoted from playing anybody against them, I'm going to try.
If I drafted Jesus Christ, I'm like, look.
He said, nah, Jesus, we got to sit you down this week.
It's like, look, you can walk on water, but Bosa will fuck you up.
Fred Warner, that linebacker is all world, yo.
So, and it's weird because his name is Fred. It just feels weird to me. I'm like,
I don't know any Freds with swag besides Freddy Krueger.
Right. Like they stopped making Freds like 25 years ago. Like Fred
Sam at previous job, don't he look like a Fred?
He looks like a pedo. Anyway. All right. So cover the titties. Titans.
All right. Quarterback. You're in the world of hurt if you really got to start Ryan Tannehill. But some people, deep leagues, 2 quarterback leagues, they probably have to trot him out there. Mm-hmm. King Henry. And then you got King Henry's sidekick, this new Tajay Spears dude.
Yeah.
I will give him a go.
Absolutely.
D-Hop.
Yeah.
Second receiver. You take a coin flip if you really want to trot out Westbrook Akina or somebody else. I don't even know him. That's a deadly dangerous game.
Yeah, Akina is kind of like everybody's on bye and everyone's dead, but the teams that are on bye, it's like I don't care what your league format is, you can find a better option on the waiver than Akina.
And tight end wise, that Okonkwo person who did some things last year, but he hasn't really shined this year. So you will be taking a drastic chance. But the 2 big players in that offense is pretty much King Henry and this new kid, this Tajay Spears.
Tanny's the problem. Tanny is they need to figure something out. If they actually had a relevant quarterback, I think they could actually have a decent team because their defense isn't terrible, but they're just always on the field.
If they traded for Cousins, they would be instant playoff contender because they got a decent defense. They need a quarterback.
I love Kirk Cousins.
Okay,
yeah.
That's the London game. Let's go.
Yep. All right, so 1 a.m. or p.m., whatever.
1 a.m.
I don't know. It's London time. Carolina, Miami.
Where is this at? Oh, so Miami. The second team you name is the home team.
That's the home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Sanders is out. Chuba's in. Honestly, I think Chuba should have been in regardless. He has more juice. I never, ever, ever have been a believer in Sanders. I think we already covered that. He just nothing's there.
Even in Philly, like he's another one of those players I stay away from. I never draft him.
No, there's no gain there. Terrace Marshall's on the trade block.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody cares.
He's another one he's like that Curtis Samuel / person that just everyone hyped him up and thought he was going to be this gadget player, and he never developed into it. He's never done anything.
Yeah, and I don't know how much that has to do with skill or just utilization, but meh. He's an inconsequential.
I'm
trade
saying
plug.
people took gambles on it. I know I have plenty of people have seen him float all over the wire in everybody's team. He probably was on 16 different teams last
You know
year.
what you know what they should do? They should trade Terrace Marshall to Denver for Jerry Jeudy. You talk about an E
problem
trade,
solved.
right?
Yeah.
Thielen, if you're in a pinch, you can chase the points.
Highly productive this year. I don't care what you say. I understand. You've been trying to write him off since 2 years ago, but he still is producing. Like, I remember I had him on my squad last year. You was like, Thielen, like you wrote that man off 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he seems he's slowing down, but then he gets garbage time stuff, and it's like,
Still
wait, you got juice,
man.
So
I don't care how he get them, he getting them.
Yeah, and that's all I got for Carolina. There's not really much yap about them.
Yeah, you'll a fool if you start in Hunter. What's his name? Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not even going to talk about who. If I'm not starting anybody, I'm not even. I mean, the quarterback. Who? I don't even know your name. Get away from me. Chuba's your only play.
Yeah.
Other than that, stay away from him.
Okay. Miami. Where you start? You can start anywhere here. Tua. You got the burners. You got Tyreek. You got Waddle. No real tight end to really speak of in Miami. The Achane is hurt. He's on IR now. So the backfield is pretty much solely Raheem Mostert's. And I know you're in love with that.
Yeah.
They're saying that they're going to spell him with the Ahmed dude or Salvian Ahmed or something like that.
That sounds like a fucking disease.
But no, that sounds like the dude down the street that run the bodega, Salvian Ahmed. So
I'm pretty sure I got a Lucy out of him.
They was talking. You said a Lucy, Chappelle. Jeff Wilson
Lucy from the Arabs.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson. They saying that he was practicing, but they never took him off IR. So yeah, it's solely Raheem Mostert's backfield. So it's Mostert, Waddle, Hill, Tua.
Mostert is going to be a monster, and it's gonna. And now this probably is a little bit biased, but I think this guy is gonna be like, yeah, when Achane comes back, he's not gonna see the field as much because I'm gonna show y'all something.
Mostert. A lot of people made puns, and it was like
must start. Yeah,
must start.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, so New Orleans and Texas is the next game. Carr looks bad. Carr looked bad before he even got hurt. Now he looks worse. I don't think he's getting any better. I will tell you, I mean, it's funny because I made that Olave trade to get rid of him like in week 2 or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that opened some eyes. They're like, wow, what is he doing? Great move.
That's what I'm about to say. The building was on fire, and you got out through the what are those called? The escape
emergency exit.
Huh?
Emergency exit.
No, fire escape. Yeah, like
fire escape. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, what is those called things? Like you went down that.
What's that thing you use to escape fires? Fire escape.
So you got out the burning building right at the right time.
Unintentionally too, because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that. But when you offer me my stack of Hertz and AJ, I'm like, I'll trade my wife. I don't give a shit. Olave, he just needs a better QB. That's kind of my feel. Cam, who knows? I mean, he used to not be game proof. Now I think he is kind of game proof. You know, I don't know. He just doesn't strike fear into defenses. He doesn't excite me. That's the thing. It doesn't excite me to see him on the field. I mean, it's kind of like, okay.
If you broke down pretty much careers into quarters, Cam is in the 3rd or maybe even the 4th quarter of his career. So
yeah, I would say probably the 4th.
Yeah, his game is
sad. And it's sad because you don't want to see him go out like kind of a punk.
Oh
but it's
man,
also like
in love with Alvin Kamara. I mean, I got his jersey and everything. In his prime, oh my God, he was electric. But now,
absolutely.
yeah,
Juwan Johnson, he's out
out.
with so maybe in years past that'd make more of a difference, but I just Carr is just I don't know. Carr is doing Carr things. So
I don't even know how Alvin Kamara is having any success that he's having, because if I was a defense, I would just pretty much stack the box and say, Carr, beat me with your wobbly arm. See if you can do that.
pretty much.
Cam would have no success if I was the D coordinator. None.
I mean, I would avoid Carr if you can, but I mean,
some people are trotting out Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Tom. I mean, he's been surprisingly solid, and I hate to say surprisingly.
He's not been over the top crazy. He's not been bottom of the line. He's just been a solid 10, 11 points. Yeah.
And I think at this point, everyone's just happy that he's actually on the field
without getting hurt every other week. So,
right. And it's good because he was such a stupid talent. He was Olave before Olave, and now it's just like
Carr is pissing me off because the one player I got in that offense, Raheed Shaheed, is not getting anything because he's a down the field threat, and Carr can't get it down the field.
And I actually put in my little start sit deal. I was like, sit Rasheed. Because
he's definitely sitting down.
You can't, because until he can actually do something and gets production, then he's the MVS right now. That's
I mean, I ain't gonna say I got a rule, but I mean, I'm starting to develop a rules. Even in your league, as deep as your league is, I got a rule. If I put you in 3 weeks and you pop out a 0 or less than 5 in 3 weeks, I gotta sit you down. I'm not gonna keep trotting you out there expecting something different. I'm just not. You got three times to fuck up in my roster, and I'm gonna sit you down until something else happens.
And you even had Jameis, for a week, and he's a gunslinger, and you still couldn't really like.
No, they never played Jameis. Remember, Carr fucking came in and.
Oh yeah, you are right.
They never. If they would have played Jameis, they would have popped off. And they were saying Jameis was gonna start that whole week, and then that Sunday or that night. Oh, they feel optimistic. And then Carr's in the lineup. I'm like, God. They never started Jameis.
That's a mistake.
Carr must have seen that. He probably was like, this dude's going to run this offense way better than I am. I got to get in there and do something. I don't care if I can only throw it 3 yards. I'm not letting this dude take
Jameis is like Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's what he does. He just swoops in. Oh, you're looking a little sad? Come here, baby.
Yeah. It was like his girl was there, and Jameis was like, hey, I'm just going to take her to breakfast. It's just breakfast. And you like, I don't know. They gone pretty long at breakfast. Next thing you know, he got her legs up, hitting the chandelier. Yeah.
Golly.
Carr made sure that he didn't let his girl go out to breakfast with Jameis.
No.
So that is
bad move. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's not much there.
Texans.
Yep.
The wonder CJ Stroud is excellent. I mean, this dude is looking like a seasoned veteran quarterback.
Every week start, I feel like at this point, I don't think you can not.
Definitely in a 2 quarterback league. Like, I don't know about a 1 quarterback league where he's
not yet.
But a 2 quarterback league, he's starting out every week without question. Stroud, he's throwing it to Nico Collins. He's throwing it to Bobby Trees. Tank Dell is out with a concussion.
Yep.
The running backs, Damian Pierce, who has popped off.
Yahoo still has him as questionable.
Who?
Tank Dell. They
what?
still have him
they ruled him out.
They did. They rolled him out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But they still have him questionable. It's silly.
Oh, they don't even have him as an out or a doubtful. They just got it straight.
Yeah. Yahoo's been being weird lately. I don't understand it, but yeah.
So Pierce, I know y'all are disappointed whoever has him, but he is the number 1 back. I don't even know another back. Oh no, Singletary is you gotta be crazy if you try him out. Yeah. You're crazy as hell if you're trying him out. Have no idea who the tight end is, and that's the Texans.
Schultz, dude. Schultz.
Oh yeah. Dalton Schultz, yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can give him a try.
But with that being said, he has done nothing this year except, I think
he got
I
a
think he actually
touchdown last week, and that was
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's what they paid him the bag for. So it's like whoopsie doozles, which is crazy because they actually have a passing offense. It just doesn't make any sense why he's not getting play.
He might get some extra play because Tank Dell ain't there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
One less mouth to feed. I'm definitely hoping that's the case with Bobby Trees, that he's going to pick up some extra targets because Tank Dell ain't there.
Bobby Trees is our like weird threesome partner.
Yeah,
we just pass him back and forth.
Gang bang, both of us.
Mm-hmm. I think every year we have played, one of us has had him at some point.
Yeah.
It's Bobby Trees. He's that dude. We need to get a Bobby Trees jersey, actually. Shit. As much as we fucking play him, we should probably invest in his brand.
Bobby Trees. So that's
Bobby
the Texans.
Trees. Yep. All right. So next game is Washington and Atlanta. Woof. So I feel like Sam Howell is an okay kind of,
Nothing crazy, but nothing not as terrible as Russell Wilson.
Oh God, no! There's not many. Because he has like a Fitz magic gunslinger feeling.
He's definitely got the gunslinger mentality where he don't give a flying and he's throwing it. Yeah.
Right.
And
I like that.
I'd rather you just throw it and it goes somewhere wrong than to see you back there patting it and you running it and you jumping out of you Kenny Picking it and shit. Jumping out of the pocket, running all over the place. I hate that shit. Throw the goddamn pill. You are a quarterback. Throw the pill. I don't give a fuck where you throw it. Throw it.
Yeah. And it's not like they don't have talent. I mean, you got Scary Terry out there. You got Brian Robinson, which can carry, which can snag. You got Gibson who can snag it. You got Logan Thomas, which is like all of a sudden like, oh yeah, don't forget about me. I'm actually really good at football.
Yeah.
I don't know if Curtis Samuel's playing. I guess he's hurt, but I think he's questionable. But I don't know.
That dude is hurt way more than he plays. He's hurt all the time. I mean, like he's one of those players that they can go the whole summer and he will come out and be questionable for the first game. Like, I mean, he just hurt. Like, you had all summer to heal.
Who's the other guy? I can't. What's his name? Yeah, Jahan Dotson. Yeah, I mean, he's talented too. I mean, he has people to chuck it to. I mean, in a weird, strange way, they actually have like a good-looking offense. It's just a matter of them putting it all together.
They even got what's the name? Calling the plays, the enemy. So
yeah.
I don't know how they're not putting it together.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a chemistry thing. They actually may have something going there. It'll be interesting to see because I feel like they don't have a winnable division, but I feel like they could be a perennial like second place, wild card team. So I don't know. That's all I got for Washington. You should pretty much only have one person for Atlanta and then be done with it.
Yeah. I don't even think I would start Desmond Ridder even in the 2-quarterback league. So,
I wouldn't start him in a 3-quarterback league.
Bijan Robinson, Jonnu Smith has been getting some extra looks. Some people still, drawn to the name of Kyle Pitts.
Jonnu's questionable at least. So,
I didn't see that. They said that he was ready to go. That's why.
I mean, he was questionable in the middle of the week. I don't know if he got cleared now, but. It's always something to be concerned.
He finished the week off with a couple full practices, so saying that he's good to go. Some people, like I said, Kyle Pitts, receivers, Drake London, who's been somewhat productive. That's it. That is it.
It's an ugly team to play. Like you don't play anyone except Bijan and feel good about it. To be fully honest, it's just like okay.
Because you're not even sure.
We need to get Cordero. First of all, we need to get Cordero out of there. That's what we need to do. We need to get Cordero out of there.
It's like, did he piss somebody off on that coaching staff? This dude was the hottest thing in the NFL, and so he slowly got replaced by Tyler Algier. Now you got Bijan Robinson, and now he's not even a lock to even get a helmet. So it's
Right.
like,
He's like healthy scratches and shit. It's like I get him somewhere where he can get play because he's super talented and he is
talented.
older. Like he does not have
He
that
can
much
catch,
longer to
he can
play.
run, he
Yeah.
can return. I mean, like I don't understand. They just put him in a cellar to die somewhere. Like, wow.
Some coaching staffs are just real dumb, man. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
All right, next on the docket, Indy and Jacksonville. So I know we kind of had a little fun with it. I would start Gardner. I would start
Definitely.
the
In a two quarterback league, yes.
yeah. Um I would say you can also start Moss and Taylor, both of them. I would say don't sit either one of them, and that may be chasing the points of last week, but
You'll kick yourself if you do. If you
because we
sit
don't
down
know.
either one.
We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the split's going to be, and until that burns you, just play him.
Yeah.
See what happens. I mean, it's going to be simple as that.
Yeah.
Pittman, start him. Josh Downs, he's almost become like an auto start, especially now with Gardner. It's like, dude, he's going to chuck it all day. So,
Yeah.
you know, he may not get you a tutty, but he's going to get you some receptions and some downfield targets. So, strangely enough, and the crazy thing is, I feel like I'd feel the exact same way even if Richardson was in there. I'd still say start all the same people. There's really not anything to shy away from. They're strangely enough, they're actually a good offense.
You just flop the quarterback. I mean, you're starting Richardson if he plays. You're starting Minshew if he plays. So yeah, nothing changes.
You're just expecting different outcomes a little bit based on who it is, but
like you're not expecting Minshew to get you a rushing touchdown, but
no. But he's that type of cat that would do some goofy shit like that, just to do like a 20-yard rollout, just like, hey, haha, I'm playing with house money. So, all right, go for Jacksonville. Sorry about your luck.
Trevor Lawrence, he's throwing to Christian Kirk. He's throwing to Calvin Ridley. Zay Jones, I think he's either questionable or maybe out. I think he's out.
Yeah.
He's another injury-prone type of player. Yep. They're handing it off to Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
Everybody had all this faith in this new kid, Tank Bigsby, but I haven't seen him do the damn thing. Did you see anything?
Nah.
So that's
he's
another
not even
one.
Worth, if you're holding on to him and you have a roster spot like just sitting and there's no one else, okay, cool, sit on him. But if you are debating, dude, get rid of him. He's not doing. And ETN's showing no signs of slowing down or injury prone, nothing. It's just like Tank, you're just.
And then tight end is Ingram, Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Who was wildly productive last year, but hasn't had quite that much success this year. So
yeah, I think he came back down to earth. He's being the Ingram that was in New York.
In New York. Yeah.
Once again, another dude that got the bag, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm good now. That's what happens.
And that's Jacksonville. That's it.
Yeah. Seattle at Cincy. Seattle's coming off the bye, so I know Gino got a little banged up last game. Had plenty of time to kind of heal up, so that's good. Obviously you're gonna start your normal wideouts, you know, DK, Lockett. God, if you're an idiot like me, start JSN. But
I want to say, don't tell me you're gonna leave your own man out.
Yeah, I was hoping for so many better things, and there still may be better days ahead, but they're giving him like bullshit. I'm just like, come on, man.
Man, I just don't have faith in rookies, man. You gotta just, if you show me something, then I'm like, show me that it's not too big for you. Because college,
I traded for him. That's the thing. I traded. He was a part of he was part of the Derrick Henry trade. So I didn't draft him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily a throw-in, but I'm like, okay, this guy has good upside. We'll see. Bit of a throw-in. I'll take it. He has been wildly unproductive, and it's insanely frustrating. But he also seems like that player that can literally take a swing pass for 60.
I just think it's the offense. I don't think that offense can support three productive receivers. I mean, it's always
Clearly, it
been the
isn't.
two. It's always been either your abuser Doug Baldwin and like one other player.
We
Like
don't
it's
say his
only
name in this house.
it seems like they only that offense can only support because they like to run so much. Oh, Kenneth
Right.
Walker. Yeah.
Yeah.
They love to run so much that they don't really use three wide receivers like that.
Now, I will say the choice I'm making in the league here, I normally start Goff. I'm actually starting Geno instead. I feel like he's going to be more
because of
productive
the
against
matchup.
Cincy's. Yes.
It's Cincy, and it's going to be like
Could be
it
a
should
shootout.
be. Knowing us, it'll be 9-3. But it's supposed to be. On paper, it seems like a high scoring affair. So
yeah, should be a fun game. But that's really about it with Cincy or Seattle. So what do you got for Cincy here?
Joe Cool. Of course, he
the fuck is that? Oh, you're getting a call. Okay.
I want to say, what the heck?
That's your vibrator going off.
You weren't supposed to tell them that.
Look, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why I keep mine on my ass. Fucking gross. I'm sorry.
Joe Burrow, of course, we call him Joe Cool.
Now, of course. I mean, because last week we're like, I don't know.
Joe Nerdy. He wasn't cool at all.
That was a terrible dad joke, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Boo this
man. We got Jamar Chase. T. Higgins, game time decision. Supposedly.
Yeah, well, yeah, they just came out a little bit before that we recorded saying that. I mean, I know earlier in the week he said I feel good about it. Now they're saying like it's looking more likely.
Yeah.
Me personally, nope. Sit him.
Yeah.
That's a rib injury. That takes one slightly hard tackle. Now you're out of points. I don't know. Would you start him? What would you do?
If I had a different option, I would try to go to it. But if I didn't have no other, I don't know. I think he gonna be on a snap count, even if he plays.
Yeah,
they're not gonna really get him in there too much. So I don't know. I would look for different options.
Scary play. Sorry, go ahead.
And then, like you said, I think you said there's a bye coming up, so they're not gonna push him that hard.
Right. Yeah, the bye's the week after, I believe.
Yeah.
They really shouldn't play him though. Let this dude heal.
Yeah.
There's no point.
You got Tyler Boyd, Mixon.
Yep.
Tight end, not really. Nobody's trying on that tight end. That's it.
What's interesting and scary is the fact that what they did last week, everybody knew the game plan, and he just pulled a straight Kelsey. It's like, you can't stop me. It doesn't matter. You know I'm going here.
That's what we just talked about it. And that Denver game, the Denver Chiefs game, even the announcers, even Al Michaels and Herb Street was like, everyone knows it's going to him. How is he wide open? Like, I just do not understand it. Like, it's like, why are you not triple covering this team?
Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's so much better. He's like Jefferson, man. He's so much better than everybody else on the field. It doesn't matter what you do. You just double him and hope for the best. There you go. Like, there's nothing else you can do with it.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, Chase is, like you said, he pulled a Chase, and it was just like, I don't know what to do. So yeah. That's it with the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit about the Bengals at all, but like from the person-to-person standpoint, I really wish they would just sit Higgins. It doesn't make sense to jeopardize this dude's health. It really doesn't. You got to bye a week the next week. Let the dude's broken fucking ribs heal. I don't know. Like, It's not like he has a bone bruise on his knee. He has broken fucking ribs. He's a wide receiver. He takes hits from safeties and cornerbacks and linebackers, in his fucking ribs. I don't know. Beyond me. All right. Next on the agenda, we got, let me see, Minnesota and Chicago. So, we all heard the unfortunate news that JJ is on the IR. So, obviously not starting him, but Addison, it is Addison fucking season. Let's ride. Let's go. KJ Osborne, he's become now an auto start because of that. Because they're just such a throw heavy offense. Madison, I don't know if he's good or not. I really, really don't. Like,
That's hard to gauge.
He's an emotional roller coaster. I mean, I traded him off on his high weeks, and he seemed to still be productive. And I will say, I kind of got burnt by it a little bit because I thought, Akers is going to come in there and steal a bunch of snaps, and that's not happening. Madison is playing like I'm trying to keep my job. It's kind of like the guy that's on his final warning, so he does everything he can at work to not fuck up.
Coming from management, I know that when you on that final written warning, motherfuckers walk that straight and narrow.
You were the best person ever.
The best employee, motherfucker. Oh, the after call come down. The average handle time is great.
Yeah. I'm convinced over the last 4 years that Kirk Cousins is the ugliest auto start ever. You will play him every week and you never feel great about it until like he starts playing. It's like, okay, I'm fine with it. It is such a weird thing. Like, he should be an elite fantasy quarterback, but he's always on the waivers. He's always never drafted. It's just like, it's fucking Kirk Cousins. But he's like, I throw for 9,000 yards because our team is terrible always. Why don't you love me?
Their defense is so terrible that they're always in catch up all the time.
Always. Even when they're losing, they're somehow catching. Or even when they're winning, they're playing catch up.
Yeah. They could be up by 2 touchdowns and they still got to push their foot on the gas because their defense can give up a touchdown like that.
It's first and 3, and they're chucking it all 3 times. They're like, fucking, let's go. I don't care. Let's do it.
He said it's 1st and 3, and they chucking it 60 yards down the field.
Right. Fucking 20-yard fucking in routes. It's like, what are you doing?
He said it's 1st and 3, and they chucking it. They like, let's go.
Yeah, but from a fantasy perspective, you're like, you're goddamn right you are. Let's fucking go.
You love it. You like, man, just chuck that thing. They don't give a shit.
But management is like, why? We don't want to win? Nah.
I mean, like, that's why I was kind of surprised Dalvin Cook was even successful in that offense because it seemed like they don't never run, but yeah, they run it. But
that's the thing. They would run it. They would run once every 10 plays. You just never knew which one.
That's probably why Dalvin was running so hard. He was like, man, this is my only shot for the next 10 plays.
Like my stat line is going to be 5 for 90.
Yep.
Also, there may be some reality here. Kirk Cousins may have Kirk Cousins on his fantasy team. I'm just saying.
He said, man, I'm changing the play at the line of scrimmage so I can get 2 points.
Run it. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so go Chi-Town here.
You covered all of Minnesota, right? Yeah. Okay.
Madison, Addison. There needs to be like another Ison somewhere in there, like Sam Kinison.
Samuelson, Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
You forgot about him.
I surely did. Damn.
You forgetting about my players, motherfucker.
There's a lot of sons there, son. I do keep forgetting. For whatever reason, he's always going to be a Detroit guy to me. It feels just weird to have him there.
So Madison, Addison, Hawkinson.
Yes. It sounds like a fucking lawyer.
Yeah,
like a law firm.
um,
They never win a case ever.
Shot-Town, Justin Fields, hoping he don't go off because I play against him. Of
Doubtful.
course, he throws to DJ Moore. That whole crazy explosion last week. I hope that turns into a firecracker this week.
It absolutely will. I bet you DJ doesn't top 50 yards.
That's the type of player DJ Moore is. That's what I said. Yep. He's another player I just stay away from. I don't draft him, never, because he's wildly inconsistent. Yeah, I mean he'll have a 3-touchdown game, and then like you said, follow that up with a 40-yard, 3-catch, 40-yard game. And you're like, what?
No, DJ Moore, you did it again.
So, Fields, DJ Moore, Mooney doesn't even exist.
Who?
Yeah, Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Chicago's backfield got decimated, so I got lucky on the waiver wire and I picked up Deontay Foreman.
Yeah,
and he's going to take the snap. So I'm hoping he duplicates some of that success he had in Carolina, because in Carolina he was running possessed in Carolina. So
he was running for a job. That's what he was doing.
Yeah. So
I mean, Herbert's an IR, and then
Roshan Johnson clear concussion protocol.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say at least for the next 4 weeks, you at least have one starter and a backup for 3. So
yeah,
I mean, not a bad burn. Did you waiver him, or did you free agent?
I grabbed him off the off my late night shopping. Like 3 a.m. in the mall.
I saw you made a bunch of moves. I'm like, God damn, this dude must have got his check.
I was in the mall like, that shirt looks good. Let me take that, throw it in my cart.
This dude got his bonus check for the month. Golly.
I was shopping like hell. This waiver period, and not just in this league, in all my leagues, I was shopping like hell at 3 a.m.
Sometimes you got to, man.
Yeah. So that's it for Chicago, right?
Yeah. I would say I wouldn't expect much from the team. It's that type of roller coaster type of squad. Who knows?
Yeah.
Last early game window, 49ers at Cleveland. So I'm going to put it to you like this. This is kind of how I look at it. It's going to be a CMAC game. You can start Debo. You can start Purdy.
They say it's going to be a bad weather game, like a real rainy game.
So. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't even matter. It's
but I'm saying, I mean, that's what leads me to believe, like you said, the CMAC game, it's going to be a heavy running game.
Well, I mean, so even to add to that too, PJ Walker's starting for Cleveland. So it's going to, don't expect a lot out of Debo. Don't expect a lot of Kittle, Ayuk. Start them. Yeah, it's hard to sit those.
Can't sit them down. Yeah.
But just understand you're not going to get your normal games out of them. CMAC, whoever has to face him,
Purdy's going to throw for less than
20. So bad.
Purdy's going to throw less than 20 attempts. It's going to be a winning game.
It's going to be bad. Go ahead. Cover Cleveland. I'll wait. All right. Next game.
He just said, all right, let's go into the next game.
I will say one thing. Deshaun Watson is a punk bitch. Like, David Njoku is playing with a burnt fucking face, like on face off. And Watson has been cleared since middle of the week. He's like, fine.
No, I guarantee you, if they wasn't playing the 49ers, Watson would have probably played.
Sure,
he was like, man, you think I'm going up against that? And people already know I'm a piece of shit to begin with. You think I'm going to go up against this team and look more like a piece of shit? No, I'll pass.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, you can't make your reputation look any worse. So it's kind of like, I mean, okay, don't play. We don't really expect much out of you from a personality or.
Like, well, I mean, he knows his production is going to be shitty, and he's like, this could be a career ender. So he was like, I ain't getting hurt out there because they're not going to have any answers. Nothing.
They hungry.
They are not going to have any answers for the 49ers. Even with everyone 100% healthy, they have no answers. So
now, with that being said, I kind of do wish he would play so I could just see him get fucking crippled. That'd be great. Like, I kind of feel bad for PJ because he always seems like a nice guy, but I'm like, dude, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're
So
not gonna be in a good place.
um
Do you start any receiving options? Any?
if you got Amari Cooper, it's hard to not start him, but it's not. No one's gonna get it to him. I mean, you got Amari Cooper, you got Elijah Moore, you got Jerome Ford, you got Kareem Hunt.
I forgot about Kareem Hunt. So did everyone else in the league.
I dropped him like an asshole, and then Ball picked him up. I was like, God damn, I shouldn't have dropped him. But
no, I mean,
oh well, I'll find something else. It's just, I don't know. I'm in, like, I ain't gonna say panic mode, but it's like start losing 2-3 straight. If I lose another one, I'm gonna be a panic. I'm just gonna be like,
you're gonna have to bench yourself. Button. Well, you're gonna have to follow your own rule and bench yourself.
Yeah. Make no moves, like, man, you ain't allowed to make no moves on your own.
Right. You just text me like, hey, lock my team. Why? Because I'm on punishment.
I'm benching myself. Yeah.
Benching myself. All right. That's the end of the 1:00 games. Looking at them, not really. I mean, maybe the most intriguing one out of them all will probably be Seattle and Cincy, and that's not really like a sexy first, beginning of the week. I don't know. It doesn't look. It's not exciting. So start of the 4 a.m. Fucking me. 4 p.m.
4 a.m.
Yeah, legit. And I even wrote down 4 p.m. So there's I don't know. New England and Las Vegas. Cool. I put my notes as New England, stay away.
You had to write that down on paper?
I mean, yeah, fair. Don't fucking question my process. Who did notes and who didn't? Oh, yeah, shut the fuck up.
I don't need notes. I know this shit like the back of my hand.
I'm sure you do, lonely. Yeah, they signed some Obi-Wan Jabroni. I don't fucking know.
He said Obi-Wan Jabroni.
It was like Chad Paddington Bear or some shit. I don't know.
Cunningham, quarterback. I think they did that.
Richie Cunningham from Happy Days. I don't fucking.
They trying to get Mac Jones scared to play better, but it ain't working. Mac Jones is Mac Jones.
Chad Paddington Bear? Yeah, I'm sure that fucking that's really putting the fear of Jesus in fucking Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I saw this little meme and it was hilarious because they showed Bill Belichick in McDonald's after the loss, and there was a little thing that said he's trying to get a better Mac instead of a Big Mac. I'm like, ooh, shit, that's hilarious.
A better Mac.
But he legitimately went to McDonald's. The shit was weird. He was all in a suit. It was weird looking. But, yeah, there's no one. I'm not touching anybody.
Oh, he's still got to name the eligibles. Who's...
Do you? So you got Mac Jones, you got Devontae Parker, you got Ramondre. For some retarded reason, you can start Zeke because that was a brilliant move.
Kendrick Bourne.
Oh yeah, him too. Sure. Until so here's the thing: until Mac Jones figures out how to play football again, nobody matters at all. The running game suffers because you can't run it. The passing game obviously suffers. So it's go ahead, do it if you want. I think I'm actually forced into starting Devontae Parker. I think.
Why, the odds or something?
No, I
just don't got no Steelers or no Packers.
No, because my wide receiver room's a little thin. So kind of, I have to look. I don't remember. I may have swapped him out. I don't know. It's such a forgettable offense. So it's kind of do what you want.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if they scored 10 points.
Well, that would be 10. That'd be 10 more points than they fucking scored in the last 2 weeks.
They got beat 34-0 at home. Like New England ain't never lost. Like I'm so glad their fans is finally tasting what all other fans have been tasting. They had to go through this shit for 20 years. So fuck them in New England.
they're tasting what they used to fucking do to people.
Yeah. I
And it
mean, like,
feels,
I
it
don't
is
have any, I don't
delicious.
have any sympathy for that fan base at all. Fuck
Not at
y'all.
all.
Y'all won all these damn championships with Tom Brady. Motherfucking eat that shit now. Eat it.
Yeah, enjoy it, bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like the Yankees complaining. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you can't. Yep. Yep. Or Alabama complaining. Like Alabama college football. Like y'all can't complain. You have no room to complain. You've been winning for fucking ever. Motherfucking eat these losing seasons. Eat them
Right,
and
and
be
it's
happy.
but I also get it. You're so used to success and so used to all this, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, the fuck is this shit? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is how you deal with something. It's called losing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know who probably loving it the most? Tom Brady. He probably like because all them people that said, "Oh, Tom can't win without Belichick," and Belichick makes Tom Brady who he is. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. This is all
Tom
Belichick, and he has complete autonomy over everything, and they fucking losing. So,
Tom
nope.
and this is coming from a Steeler fan. Tom Brady is the absolute goat.
Oh,
Absolute goat.
Tom Brady is the best player to even lace him up. He's to ever put on a uniform. Before Tom Brady's emergence, it was to me Jerry Rice was the greatest player of all time. Tom Brady has surpassed him years ago. Years
Yes.
ago. I mean, I don't love the man, but I have to respect it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is the greatest player to ever put on a uniform. He
Tom
really
Brady has made more white guys money than J.P. Morgan. All right. So
has.
like
But
he's
yeah,
gonna
Tom
have
went to
more
another
white
city and
guys
won
building
another
more.
championship. So
I mean, think about it. Like
did
his
Bill
wide
did
receivers
Bill
are
win any
crazy.
championships without Tom Brady? No.
All right,
So
who do you got for Vegas here?
Vegas, um, Garoppolo. Yeah, I mean, I cut bait with him, but people were starting him. Devontae
The
Adams.
boy picked up Garoppolo. Actually, I told him to
Yeah,
pick him
I
up.
seen I seen that. Yeah. Well, he got rid of Daniel fucking Jones. I'm glad for him. Shit.
Yeah, I told him I was like, look, you got to do something. You can't be running out these quarterbacks you have are shit. So you gotta. That's your
And
weakest part.
Garoppolo ain't the greatest, but he's better than Daniel Jones. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna
Um,
have him drop Russell Wilson, but anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Devontae Adams. You know who's been ridiculously productive? Jacoby Myers. Like,
Yeah,
wow. Where? I mean, he was stuck in that New England offense where he couldn't get off, but he is wildly productive this year.
fucking revenge game narrative too. Let's see how that goes. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. Um, Running back Josh Jacobs. Um, no tight end to speak of. Um, that's it. Just Devontae, Jacoby, Garoppolo, and Jacobs.
This is
That's
going
it.
to be an awful, awful game. I'm sorry for anyone that has to sit through this that doesn't have red zone. I apologize.
Yeah.
All right, next Detroit and Tampa Bay.
You
Sun
think this
God,
is going to be an awful game? Oh, you talking
the
about
New
the
England Las
Vegas?
Vegas.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Uh,
Yeah.
Detroit's just exciting. Like it's the fun fucking team. So Sun God he should be back. That's good. Gibbs is out again. Um, I told you I'm making the pivot off of Goff, even though the defense is um, not really blowing blowing the wheels off the car here, but it's kind of I just feel better about starting Gino. But um, go Williams, Monty. Obviously, Monty's going to get play. Laporta is questionable. He may not play, so that's going to be a hurt. That's another reason why I'm sitting Goff. They just have a fun offense, man. I just see.
Are you? I mean, if you had Josh Reynolds, would you trot him out there every week?
Yeah,
I would.
yeah,
I would.
yeah. I mean, I almost and it's weird because I almost forget about him because he's like an under the radar guy, but he's always around the football. So
Yeah.
absolutely, he's become like a must start. He has played himself into like that number 2 spot. So
Yeah. Yeah. He is definitely number one. I mean, number two. And then when Sun God doesn't play, he elevates to number one. So yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. They have a fun, exciting team.
Like you said,
I'm
yeah. Detroit, I am excited to watch them I'm excited to see the outcome of what happens.
yeah.
This year, they have my attention captivated this year. They really do.
And it just proves you anyone that says a coach doesn't really matter, you don't know anything about anything because I feel like they would not be doing this well if they didn't have Danny Campbell.
The type of hard nosed coach they got. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's like the garbage man in your neighborhood that happens to be coaching a team.
He looks like the garbage man, honestly. So yeah.
Yep. So I got to cover Tampa.
Yep.
All right. Wake and bake at the quarterback. Mike.
I like that.
Mike Evans, Chris
Yeah, he's
Godwin.
back. Yeah, he's back. He got cleared. That's good.
Yeah. Chris Godwin. No tight end. Well, Kay Otten. Somebody might start him.
He had a lot of targets early in the year, but it kind of tapered off a little bit. But I'd feel good about if you had to, I'd trot him out.
Yeah. And then the running back, Rashad White. He pretty much got the keys to the car. There's nobody fighting him for snaps.
The only problem is he's driving a Jeep Eagle, so
yeah. He got the keys, but he got the keys to a shitty car. But yeah, he got the keys. I've even heard of their third wide receiver that's emerging. This something Tompkins, Kevin Tompkins.
Yeah, you had him for a little bit. I don't even know who he is. I was like, all right.
No, I didn't have him. I thought I looked at him.
No, Bob did. And I'm like, who the fuck?
Bob had him. Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see if he has any production. If Evans wasn't playing, I probably would have picked him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because Mike Evans is playing, then I kind of lost. Like my interest kind of tapered off because,
Yeah, I mean Baker's always going to be Baker to me, so I'm always going to stay away.
Stay away. Okay. All right, next game. That's it.
All right, Arizona and Rams. So Connor's on the IR, so you're going to start whoever the fuck that guy's name is. I guess I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't really. I mean that's a necessity play. I mean I don't think you're really going to want to.
You got a Connor owner that you lost a running back, and like, hey, you got to go. I looked around. There wasn't too many other options anywhere else, so you got to pick up his bag.
I would say in a normal league, you're not touching him. In our league, I get it.
Yeah.
I think Dobbs is a startable asset. I think. I don't know what's wrong with the wife. She's got a weird look. Dobbs, I feel like he's startable. He had some missteps last week, but I think he has done enough this year to feel okay to start him. Yeah. Obviously Hollywood. You can start more in a pinch. I feel like Ertz is a solid enough play that you could get away with it. I mean, you're going to have enough of a floor, but don't expect like him to have a game-breaking year or a week. That's really kind of about it. It's not really an exciting, squad, but I mean, Hollywood's always a game breaker, so
yeah,
you can go there. But
all right,
yep.
You said Rams.
Yep.
Obviously Stafford. Obviously Cooper Kupp. Puka. Obviously now Puka Nacua. You could trot out Tutu Atwell if you want some spot points. I'm about to say Kerwin again. Kyron Williams.
Sherwin Williams. Let's go.
I'm like Kurt. I was like Kyron. Kyron Williams. Higbee. If you're, tight end, yeah. I mean, he's been very volatile, very.
Yeah, that's his whole career, man. He'll go like 5 for 60 and 2 tutties, and then he won't get a pass for 2 weeks. It's the weird. That's a tight end landscape, man. That's what you're getting. It's just you gotta pick right. So I did kind of put down here. I have a question. So, even though the first week didn't really affect Puka, do you think that as the year goes on, with Cup there, do you think that Puka starts to like fall by the wayside?
I don't think he's going to decline all the way. I just think it's. I mean, think of the Rams when they had Bobby Trees and Cup, and I look at it as a two duo, like a boom, 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 like a knockout. So and Josh. I mean, Tutu Atwell is playing Josh Reynolds' role in that offense. So it's like the new Rams redone. Rams 2.0. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he doesn't, but there's some. I just feel like it's gonna just go all the way through Cup, and that's it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's based on anything I've seen.
When Stafford favored Cup too much last year, that's how they kept losing games. So I think the best thing for Stafford was to not have Cup for a while, so he can develop chemistry with the rest of his receivers, because
but
he never did that last year. Remember, Allen Robinson was starving for a catch. Well, that's Allen Robinson.
I mean,
but at the same time, all he did was go to Cup all the time, and then it got him in trouble because people started saying, well, we're going to take away Cup and beat us with somebody else, and he hadn't developed any chemistry with nobody else. So I think that time of not having Cup has forced him to learn Puka and Atwell. Fuck Jefferson. But I think that's going to be beneficial to him.
They did fuck Jefferson. Fucked him right out of town.
They sent him to wide receiver hell.
Yeah, they did. Okay. All right, next. Philly and Jets.
Is that name in the Meadowlands?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotta be. So Sauce is out.
And Sauce is out. Like I ain't gonna say I wasn't worried because AJ Brown is AJ Brown, but I was just like, okay, they're gonna put Sauce on him. Now that it's a fucking field day. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, but no though, because it's gonna be the same kind of general idea. I think I said for what was it? Let me see. Hold on. What was the game? I think it was 49ers in Cleveland. So I don't know how much
they ain't gonna have to push the button too hard.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny how the two games that you're saying that on is the two undefeated teams that they don't really have to do too much.
You don't, and it sucks for me because I got the stack. Plus, but I also do have Swift, so I will kind of recoup something.
Running. Yeah, you're gonna get those running yards.
But the difference between those games, Jalen just likes to throw anyway. So he kind of has that Brady feel where it's like, fuck it, I don't care what the score is. I'm gonna do what I do. Like I'm out here to embarrass bitches. Let's go.
The best thing about Jalen is, and you lucked out monsterly with that pick. Because like I said, best thing about Jalen is even if it is a low scoring game, he's gonna get his rushing yards. He's gonna get that tush push in the end zone. No matter what, he's gonna get that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the safe play obviously is Jalen Swift. You can't sit Brown, nor should you, but just don't. The same thing with Debo and Ayuk. Don't expect an AJ game. Don't expect a Devontae Smith game. You can chase Goddard if you want. Don't do that. But if you want to chase the points, go ahead. I wouldn't. But start all your Eagles. Just it's too beautiful of a matchup, especially with Sauce out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cover the Jets.
I know you just shitted on me.
Yeah, well, this was last week for me. I was like, here, cover these terrible teams.
Zach Wilson, I wouldn't touch him even in a 3-quarterback league, like you said.
Oh boy.
Who's dying out there, and I feel bad for him, is Garrett Wilson. He's very talented, but can't nobody get it to him. You got Alan Lazard out there.
He's been getting his the last few weeks. Would you?
I mean, against the Eagles, I just don't really think none of these players are going to get off. But I'm just naming the eligibles that are out there. Conklin, I don't know who's trotting him out there. Don't really think he's going to do too much.
Bob is actually.
Yeah. Of course, he went off when he played me. And then Breece Hall. don't expect a ton from him. I mean, the Eagles can stop the run. I mean, they really can. So they got those two monster D tackles from Georgia and Jordan Davis, and they got that Carter dude. So, and they got the clocks, and it's going to be hard for Brees Hall to get off, but you can't sit him down. So I guess you got to play him. That's it.
Yeah,
You'll
I
be a
mean
fool if you're trotting out Dalvin Cook. So yeah, that's it. Brees.
Philly and San Fran are the same in my eyes. Where if I have to put someone up against them, I will do my best to pivot because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of the 4:00 here. So we only got 2 more games, and we're rolling up on time here. So let's get them through. So the late night game on Sunday is the Giants at Buffalo. Okay, go ahead. Talk about Buffalo.
He did another skip over. You got to at least name the eligibles for people.
You can start Tyrod Taylor if you have a head injury.
Yeah.
Saquon is questionable. He's probably not going to go. I mean, to be honest with you, their whole offensive line is decimated. So at that point, why would you even risk it? You know you're going to lose that game anyway. Even if you had the squad out, there's no point to let Saquon get it.
There's pretty much a Russian roulette wheel of receivers. Who knows?
Yeah. Darren Waller's questionable. He's your best option, and that's once again woof. It's gonna be a bad if the Giants had any sense of them at all, sit Saquon, realize the situation, put Breed out there for slaughter. It is what it is. You have a backup quarter. Who's even starting? Do we even know who the starter is? Oh, Tyrod. I literally already forgot him. That is where I'm at.
He was like, who is their backup? And that was the first player you named.
Hey, listen, you don't wish anybody injury. You don't. And it sucks everyone got hurt. But Saquon is the face of your franchise. Do not lead him.
That's what I don't understand. Like, these teams clearly see they're nothing without their star player, and they hesitate to pay him. It's like, what?
Well, don't lead him out to slaughter, but I know they will because stupid. So whatever. Yeah. You can name the wideouts. I don't even know. It's like Wandale, Wonderball,
Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgkins
lymphoma. Yeah, I gotcha.
Jalen White is some type of young rookie or whatever, but none of them have any consistency at all. The best bet is who I'm trotting out there, which is the Wandale guy, and that's the only reason why is because he get bubble screens, and they kind of use him like Rondale Moore a little bit. So.
Yeah, fucking next. Go ahead.
Buffalo, of course, all-world Josh Allen.
Yep.
All-world Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Gabe the
Babe. Let's go.
Gabe the Babe. No other receivers really to speak of. Tight end, you can either go with Kincaid or Knox.
Yeah.
It's kind of a stretch for either one of them.
It's kind of whoever wants to catch it.
Running back Cooks. And then you got goal line vultures such as Latavius Murray and Damian Harris.
Yeah, yay.
And that's it.
Yeah. How much do you think they're really going to need their offense, though? That's kind of my worry. I mean, when I have Gabe, where he is such a, I wouldn't say he's he's been volatile throughout his career. He's been relatively.
We covered this last. Gabe is like one of those dudes that he don't do much the whole game, and then at the end he saves his fantasy day with a touchdown. And before that he's like 3 catches for 40 yards, and then he get that last catch that puts him over the edge that makes him look productive. But really, he wasn't doing that in that whole game.
I feel like this is going to be a James Cook kind of breakout because they're not going to need to do anything. I feel like Allen's going to have 60, 70 yards rushing just for shits and giggles. They may pull your Madden thing and just start playing random ass plays just to see.
See, I'm sitting Cook down in my early because I got 3 backs. If you had Kyron Williams, Monty, David Montgomery, and James Cook. Which one would you sit down out of them three?
I
That's the dilemma
I
I'm
would
in.
I would sit Cook still. I would
Yeah, that's where I'm sitting.
yeah.
That's where I'm sitting.
Because I feel like at least with the Rams, they like to do because they definitely put Sherman Williams in and they will toss him the rock and he'll do things in the passing game. I feel like it's gonna be a massacre out there, and
Like
I'm honestly
if Gibbs was playing, I would probably sit Monty, but because Monty got the whole backfield to himself, I can't sit him down. Like
and
no,
it's funny because I'm actually debating on potentially starting Latavius Murray because I know he's going to get like the second half to himself. But I mean, I don't think I got the fortitude to do it. I don't really need to do it. I have the highest projections of the week for the whole league. I don't feel like there's any reason for me to fucking play around that to get fancy. But I could just call my shot here a little bit.
Who would you sit down to put in Murray for?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at with it. Yeah, it's just not. Just I would have to reconfigure the whole roster.
I mean that would be clearly, like you said, just being cute, just to be cute.
Right. It's just it's a McKinnon play. That's what it is. I don't want to pull a McKinnon. I don't need to. All right. So let's see.
Monday nighter.
Yeah. Monday night. It is Dallas and Chargers. This is my game of the week, I think. I think this is going to be the highest scoring. I think this is going to be fun. I think Dallas is going to have a comeback game. I think Dak's going to get back on track. I would ideally be great if Pollard can get back in the play and do some Pollard things, but he hasn't really been Pollard for a few weeks. I feel like this is going to be an angry game from Dallas. They're going to come out swinging hard. And so I mean, obviously start up Dak, start Pollard, start Gallup, start CD, start Fergie. What else they got out there?
That's about it. I mean, you got Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah, Cooks. I mean, fine, whatever. You can put him out there too. I mean, don't expect a ton, but he'll probably get. I mean, it's going to be a back and forth game. So yeah, it probably actually would be
a back and forth game. But because the Chargers are notorious for losing, they're going to find a way to lose it.
For sure, they will. But that over under is going to be like 75. So let's fucking ride. Let's go. Cover the Chargers, and I'm actually pissed that you get to cover the Chargers. But go ahead.
Herbert, his eligibles are Keenan Allen, Palmer due because Mike Williams went down.
Yeah.
Don't really know
I
any
regret
other.
trading him away. By the way.
Who? Palmer. Yeah. They got the young kid, Quentin Johnson, or whatever, who hasn't done.
He hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eckler, monster.
Oh, who? Hold on, who?
You love hearing your players. You get all pumped up and shit.
Listen, motherfucker, I've been waiting 5 goddamn weeks. Goddamn it! All right, so let me do
Eckler,
a fucking victory lap.
Then Josh Kelly ain't gonna even sniff it.
Who?
Tight ends, Everett. Some people might rock Everett.
Yeah.
He's kind of semi-productive.
Which is sad because he is actually a good tight end. It's so weird how he just gets kind of outshined, but yeah, I mean, do you agree at all that this should be the game of the week?
On paper, it looks like it, but it just seems like. I mean, I know y'all, everybody, harp on Thursday night games. It just seems like any night game when they're on prime time. It ain't the same as a 1 o'clock or a 4 o'clock game. It seems like the players perform better when they ain't being watched. So
well, I think you get out of your rhythm, right? I think that's really kind of what it is. You have your whole, you've been doing it for years. You're starting at 1, you're starting at 4, like 80% of the time in the year, and you have your ritual. And
I mean, out of all those Monday night games, there's probably 2 or 3 a year that are just legendary. The rest of them are kind of shitty. They really are.
But I'll take that. because I mean, we kind of already went through that too. I mean, how many games during the first? I mean, we look at the 1 o'clock window here. Yeah, Carolina, Miami. That's not going to be a barn burner. New Orleans and Texas. Okay, or Texans. Yeah, Washington, Atlanta. Okay, Indy and Jacksonville. Okay, Seattle and Cincy. That's one of the windows so far. Minnesota and Chicago. I know, divisional game, but who knows? 49ers and Cleveland. Like, literally all those games except maybe 2 are watchable. So, but that's what it says on paper. But like we know, it's one of those weird things. But
It
I don't
never
know.
plays out like it is. It never plays out like it's supposed to on paper. So
Nope. That's why sports betting is silly. Yeah. So, any parting words here?
No, I mean I'm still searching for my undefeated Sunday, that 4-0 Sunday, or I still haven't had that 0-4 Sunday. I ain't looking forward to that one. I mean, I done got so used to the 2-2 split. It's probably what's going to happen. But other than that, no.
Any real big concerns with the with our league here? Like, I know you're kind of struggling a little bit. I mean, I don't mean to put you out there, but any kind of any actual thoughts here? Because I mean, it is that point where your record is not bad, but you are circling that proverbial drain here.
Yeah,
With
I mean, I won 3 in a row, and now I'm on the brink of losing 3 in a row. So,
are you really kind of putting yourself out, like saying, yeah, you're probably going to be out, or are you basing that off of like the emotional part of, okay, here we go again? All of a sudden now someone's having a career day. Not really, but you know what I mean?
no, it's just I'm just thinking to myself, like, certain people on that I'm playing against, if they have in anything like they did last week, I'm probably gonna get crushed. That's why the projections are so high. But if some of the players slip up that I'm playing against, then I might got a shot. I just need my players to produce. I mean, I need more than my quarterbacks to produce. That's my big thing. I need somebody to produce besides my goddamn quarterbacks, because
That's the hard
they're
thing
holding
when
up their
you.
end of the bargain.
Yeah, but that's also the hard part when you drafted the way you drafted. You put a lot of faith into that, and I get it.
And like I said before, I drafted like that every year, and I
Yep.
had success. So it doesn't matter. It ain't about how I drafted. It's definitely not that. It's just the players are
I
not
know.
producing.
You're just getting really, really unlucky.
The players are not producing. So yeah, my strategy has not changed.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of how I go about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, look. Like I said, we'll get this uploaded like we always do in the morning. Probably about 7 in the morning. It'll be uploaded. So, wake up bright and early, listen to the show, watch the Sunday morning game, and is that actually being broadcasted, or is that on like that weird little?
I think that's on NFL Network.
It is? Okay.
Because that other shit was like on ESPN Plus or something. And I was like, man, I
Yeah,
ain't
they're gonna
paying,
stop doing
like,
that shit.
I ain't signing up for that shit, man. Get the hell out of here.
I'm not paying you guys. Fuck you guys. I'll listen
Yeah.
to that shit on. I listened to that shit on Westwood One Radio. I don't give a shit.
I watched the Disney little version of it on Disney Plus because I got Disney Plus and them little
Hey.
men and shit. I watched it like that. I was like, I ain't paying y'all no goddamn money for one game. I'll never use ESPN Plus again. You think I'm gonna pay for it?
Nope. All right, boys. Well, you guys have a good fantasy week. Good luck. And we'll see you on Tuesday with the wrap up for all the tilt and all the fun stuff there.
Yep. Catch y'all. Good luck to everybody. Except for the guy that's playing me.
Yeah, pretty much. They can all die. That may be a little rough, but it's fine.
Yeah. Hey,
All's fair and love war and fantasy football.
It's October. Overkill is allowed.
Hey, there you go. All right.
All right. Yep.